All right, so here we are for episode 2 of Skagos, Kingdom of Dragons and Blood, a Crusader Kings 3 RP Game of Thrones mod. The second episode. Today is August 8th, 2025. This is relevant because this morning I was browsing YouTube, saw a thumbnail, thought it was pretty interesting from a YouTuber by the name of Midgeman that said something like, "Can I, a secret Targaryen, become the king of the Seven Kingdoms?" Based on that, having showed up on today of all days, I will not be revealing my true parentage. I think there are a lot of pros. I think there are a lot of cons, but I'm not going to overlap with another ongoing series right now. So we will keep our secrets to ourselves. Keep your secrets then. No. All right then. Keep your secrets. I was literally just watching. I became the head of Skagosi culture. Nice. Cool. Can I get my beloved seafaring, not dexterous fisherman, called seafarer, right? Yeah, seafarers. We need 2,000 prestige. And then it allows trade ports to do big stuff. And it reduces embarkation costs, which is big because we have to pay an enormous amount of money to embark. I think that any attempt to retake the ruins at Hardhome or any lands on the main continent of Westeros will have to wait until that particular prestigiousness is met. All right, so here's my wife. I'm seducing her. The Lady Allery. She is a noble, so she does have a house crest. She is a rapacious opportunist. She's bold and greedy, impatient, diligent, and ambitious. I think that she does care about her family stature. Based on all that. Fantastic. We got plus 15% up to 61. So now we're better than the coin flip. Uh-oh. I think the game literally just crashed right in front of me. I'm curious. Do I think she wants loyalty to family and dynasty? I don't know about that. That doesn't sound right. She is absolutely willing to toss people aside. Activity in the open sky? I'm also not sure that she enjoys style and making an impression. Let's say that. Yes. Excellent. Still got that plus 15%. Winter has passed. Okay, here we go. All right. The Storm King Lionel has risen up against King Aegon V of the Iron Throne in the Stormlanders' war for Harbor Baratheon's claim on the High Lordship of Cockleswint. I must choose whether to stand with King Aegon, join the Storm King, or stay neutral. I will join King Aegon, my blood. He shall get all my men. Sure. Wait, why did I lose success chance here? No. Unbelievable. What is happening? I am passing through the shady garden. Sorry, I am walking. Oh my goodness, I am passing through the castle gardens for a morning walk when a soft breeze carries the voices of Daisy and Sherritt to my ear. The two courtiers are talking to each other in a secluded spot nearby, frequently glancing around to make sure nobody's listening. While it is hard for me to make out most of their words, it is clear that their discussion relates to Maester Morik. That's my tutor, my seneschal, my courtier. Let's see. I could torture them. I could try to listen in, or I could just ignore it. I think I am just going to ignore it. I don't need their little petty use it and whatchamacallits. Wow, look at all these sideline sitters out here. Large parts of Dorne. Alright. Stavron, an itinerant bard popular with the common folk, has arrived at my court. A local landowner encouraged him to seek me out so that he might perform for myself and my household. Prior to the performance, he asked what sort of music would be most pleasing to my ears. Sing me a song of the Bloodwoods. Sing me such a song tonight. Why is my seducing my wife going up and down? I will sit down and watch the ice skaters for a bit. Oh, okay, so we need to figure out how to dance with the wife. She's impatient, ambitious. Oh no, she is probably almost certainly this right here. She is malicious. That went poorly. No! It feels doubly bad because it means that I misjudged my wife and I was insulting about it as well. These are mistakes that were made. I wonder if I should be thinking about holding a feast, because I'm stressing, man. I'm stressing. I need the money so bad, but I also need the stress to go away. Now, hold on. Do either of these places have a discount? So here's the thing. If I go someplace else, I can, in fact, stop by Stone Cave to pick up the Dragon Lore event in the process. Let's see. I wouldn't mind inviting a Manderly man. Who else do we got? Lord Raymond of Maidenpool. I think we'll stick with the Manderly man. Alright. Lord Brandon won't join us. Oh. Yeah. Lord Eddard of the Rills. Okay. Lord Gior of the Neck. Interesting. It's the Wolfswood, right? Which... Who holds that land? The Wolfswood. It's somewhere over here. Corbray, maybe? No, it's Glover. It's Glover. I'm looking for the Glovers. Ah, House Plum. You know what? Let's try inviting them. So, little known fact. Bloodraven, aka Pops, pretended to be Sir Maynard Plum. Fuck, god damn it. He used glamoring to pretend to be a man called Sir Maynard Plum. This is my next door neighbor. Let's go ahead and get him in here. I really can't get a special guest to save our life, huh? Is there chance of accepting? Alright, we're just gonna pick whoever will accept, I guess. This looks like a wildling. It's gonna be joining us. The fearsome and violent dragon Cannibal was notorious for the abominable acts that earned him his name. Neither the Targaryens or the Order of the Dragon Keepers were able to contain the monstrous beast, much less stop him from feasting on his kin. In recorded history, Cannibal's appearance is as mysterious as his disappearance, as very little is known about either. Many say that his birth predated the birth of the Conqueror's dragons. It is known, however, that Cannibal disappeared sometime after the Dance of the Dragons. Though some have speculated he might have flown off into the heart of Skagos, drawn by those of a similar nature. You think that this may have been more than speculation, evidenced by the dragon glass scarring on the forest floor around you. Unnerving. In the quiet of our camp near Stone Cave, a shrieking uproar breaks the calm. My seneschal Sherrit holds my stepfather Darren accusingly, holding a treasured bracelet. So I can choose to back my Chancellor or my Maester. I can piss them off. I can let them fight it with each other. Yeah, I'm just gonna let them fight. I don't care about this. No, my wife may not be seduced. Ah! She's Greg Nantes. Excellent. My beloved wife. She is my lover, and now we are closer than ever. And now I will romance her. Nope, I can't do that. I can't ride dragons with her either. Apparently. I mean, it makes sense. Can I get somebody to educate me? Still no, huh? What I need to do is find a way to get a knight to come to my court. There, invite Cap. Yeah. We'll do that. And then we'll try to marry them into the court, because I don't really have that much money. Gorm has heated this. So I want you to join us. No? Okay, marrying into my court is also going to be a problem. How about a more traditional manner of recruiting you into my court? You're a knight, though, right? Let's just double check that. You're not even a knight? Ugh. I need knights. I need to turn this off. Yeah. So I can either lose a lot of stress, which I need to do, or the other thing. I'm going to choose the thing that loses me lots of stress. Okay. I can get guest opinion and tons of prestige at the cost of some gold. I don't really have the money to be doing this, but I really need the prestige. Stormlander War is over. What's up, losers? A toast to the High Chiefess Red Wolf. Are you a knight? Probably not, because you're a woman. You're a blade master, though. Holy shit. Where's that loser? Hey, loser, where you at, bro? You want to marry Arsa? Matrilineally? Cool. Yeah, give me Eager Reveler. Nope, I didn't get it. That's fine. My first son, Bryndin. I better make sure I'm spelling that right. Bryndin. Excellent. We'll get a Jack And maybe we'll even get an Arthur. But it'll be Aerthur. Now, I've been roasted so much lately in the YouTube comment section for not understanding how education works. I mean, normally I just fire and forget it as soon as the kid's born, but apparently I'm supposed to wait until they're 2 years old and they develop a trait. So we will wait around this time just so that people don't get... I mean, they are upset at watching me play poorly. On the other hand, some of them are kind of abusive about it. Alright, Arsa, I actually want you to help me increase my prestige. I'm sorry, my prowess, because I tanked my prowess when I was younger. Absolutely threw my prowess over the side of the ship. Hell, you know, I forgot. I do need to convert my wife to witchcraft and then also romance her. Romance. Romantica. Classic opening stewardship perk, golden obligations. The problem is that I think based on my personality of being compassionate, it's going to be difficult to intimidate people and blackmail them. I think it's probably going to make us really uncomfortable. But we can, yeah, you'll get a ton of stress because you're compassionate and honest. Unfortunate. Nice. Nice. Okay, my wife is now also a witch. So let's romance. I will go with my gut in the moment. I'm an active guy, just like my dad. Just like my dad. Which means sometimes you gotta just do it. A mushroom in the godswood. The summer snows have finally melted from the godswood. Though like any true northerner, the snow-covered forest floor has not stopped me from praying to my gods. Still, with the snow's god, the godswood is alive, with many of the plants once covered by thriving snow. While admiring the new growth in the godswood, I notice a rather colorful mushroom growing by the werewood's roots, so long as it does not harm the heart tree. I've gotten really lucky on these so far based on percent chance, but it is very strange how low this... Oh, because she's impatient and I'm patient. It's really hurting me. It has been a good while since I saw my heartthrob Mira. Even after all these years, the thought of her as the subject of my childhood infatuation occupies my mind in the midnight hours. She is a woman now, and I cannot help but feel myself reaching for the quill when I think of her. Perhaps I ought to make my feelings... No, she's married. No. Now, maybe romancing some of my Targaryen cousins. That's not out of line here. She's already an adulterer. Let's consider that. Consider that for a moment. Consider the following. Duncan the Small. Other Jaehaerys. Not a lot of women being born into this family right now. These Targaryens are absolutely 100% shooting their shot. Does this guy have leprosy? Dang. That sucks. What about the other Targaryens? From the other houses. Uther. Emma Brightflame. Just keeping them in mind. Dana Blackfire. We should consider some sort of marriage alliance to her or something, I'm thinking. Maybe my son? Yep, my wife is pregnant again. Fantastic. Speaking of... Sort of... That's not a very good marriage alliance at all. These are terrible. That's actually pretty good. Get an alliance with Release, huh? Now hold on. Let me think about this. You know, one thing that we need are eggs. And there's a certain cheesemonger somewhere around here who's got the eggs. There we go. Cheesemonger's Manch. Bro, you got eggs on you? No? No eggs? Who's got the eggs? Go Dragon eggs. Okay, Aegon's got a bunch of eggs. Captain Dana's got a bunch of eggs. Magister Elurio Garvantis. These are pedestal items. Yeah, I think they're all pedestal items. That makes sense. Master Hake. You've got an egg. Isn't that interesting? I don't have anybody that we can get married in here. Who has a claim on this particular egg? Where's it gonna go? There is literally nobody. I want you. I want you to join my common cause. For a steward and a mayor. Okay. Okay. Now, we've also got the 3 loose eggs in the world under the control of Magister Alorano Garvanis. And you are going to give the eggs to your son and or daughter. Your son is a concubine's child. And that kid is going to get those eggs. I think we need to get close to this family. If we can get the eggs married into our family, that would be incredible. The abandoned Godswood Garden in Skagos. Torture Martin, come on, man. This isn't fucking Wales. I can pay money to get the special... I could go out and get it myself. I'll go get it myself. Yeah, I did it. Pay money. I don't have money to pay. I don't have money to pay, my dear wife. It's nothing against you. I just literally don't have the money to pay. I desperately need to expand our financial basis. Classic opening moves for an AP Gaming Real Crusader Kings 3. I'm attending a dance in Drahisisk to spend some time with Lady Larry. The mere thought of touching hands makes my heart jump, but when I arrive, I find her stuck in a conversation with Lord Sarmion. The heartless man drones on and on, totally oblivious to Larry's discomfort. I can get chronic headaches from him. I can talk some mad shit. I'll talk some mad shit. Enough, you are boring the lady to death. You are uncouth, sir, and your behavior is rapscallion-like. Have you no honor? Oh, Jesus, they have a huge army. By the old gods, Lady O'Leary is an insufferable fool. Have you seen how she taps her foot? Ridiculous. My seer Alla throws her head back with a wicked laugh. O'Leary is still conversing with her friends, but I can tell she hurt her. I hate to see her hurt. You should apologize. Oh, O'Leary, she could not be more wrong. You should apologize to the lady. Fantastic. Is my seer an old god follower from the Thens? Her last name's Magnar. I mean, when she said she's from the old gods, she means the old gods. Can you tell that my wife's pregnant? Hell yeah. Let's have 18 plus children, wife. I saunter between the market stalls of Drahisesk, a heavy pouch tugging at my belt. How do I make this coin work for me? As I admire the wares of the local smith, a good steel, a sound investment, my wife, Lady Larry, suddenly appears at my side. A word of investment, husband, or a word of advice, husband. Have a look at the sculptor's stall over there. Their ways may be simple, but their potential is great. I can invest in the smithy, 10% holding debt, or I can invest in the workshop for plus 20% on a 75% chance. Let's try that, and my wife also becomes my friend. Amazing. She's my lover, my friend. I think we're gonna name this young lady Alary. Alary Bloodwood. Is she my romance partner? Okay, well, she's not my romance partner, but she is my lover and friend. And did I convert her to a witch? Yes, I did. So we're also secretly Coven members. I mean, I'm not secretly a Coven member, but she is. It's no secret that I'm a bad guy. I'm a bad dude. Let's see here. Do I want to just convert my entire court to witchery? Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to sort of up the amount of people who will get invited to the Coven meeting. Let's see, my son's not 2 years old yet, so we can't invite him quite yet. I should be... Yes, yes. Would you consider marrying my daughter? No, you would not. Would you consider marrying my son? So no. But we might be able to work on that. Okay, so the kid's 2 years old now. He should be getting his education trait at some point soon, right? Is it 2 or is it 6? Okay, I can get +2 learning, +2 martial. I think I want the learning because I'm also the Skagosi cultural lord, right? Yes, yes. And we definitely want knighthood for sure. What? Why? How? There is never a quiet moment. My son and heir, Brynden, is so full of questions. I do my best to encourage his curiosity, but sometimes I cannot help but get exhausted by the constant stream of thoughts and queries. Okay, so he is curious, which is almost certainly going to be learning based. Absolutely based, my son. Now, I am not a learning lifestyle, but I do have a pretty good learning, and I'm a genius. I'm sure we've got good maesters. My wife is learning and has excellent learning, so I'm going to let her raise the kid. Okay, my wife is pregnant again. Fantastic. Love to see it. Absolutely what you want to have happen. A stranger is brought before me. She has been waiting outside the castle gates for a week, my liege. My guard informs me. The woman bows deeply. My name is Serene, your highness. I have traveled far and wide and seen many things, but I am weary of the road. If you allow me to stay, I will happily share my knowledge of the world with you and be your loyal servant. Well, she's not bad. Embrace the old gods, and this shall be your home. And then also, marry somebody here to bring me more kiddos. We need them more children. How about this kid? Unfortunately, this does mean that my son is going to turn out more like my wife than me. And there's a strong chance he might get impatient, because that's the key trait that the two of us are in opposition over. For several days, small folk have fled the lands surrounding my castle to seek refuge within my keep, and they bring ill tidings. Wildlings have been spotted within my lands, under the command of the fearsome Halleck Boar Hunter. They are indiscriminately murdering my subjects and razing my lands. I must make a plan of action to stop these wildlings at once, to save my subjects, return peace to my lands, and bring these wildling scum to justice. It's a much greater chance if I send my big man knight Gorm to do with this. Don't fail me. Gorm fucking failed, didn't he? A messenger informs me that the battle against the wildlings, my master-at-arms Gorms, have been defeated by the wildlings. They inform me he's managed to flee and return to the castle wounded. The wildlings emerged victorious and are free to continue raiding my lands, and for now, I am helpless to stop them. So, Gorm can become melancholic or drunk, and we get devastating wildling raids. Absolutely awful. Alright, so this is now Jack Bloodwood. My son. Welcome, my son. You will probably be a mayor one day. Perhaps it is your older brother who will be the mayor. Brendan's first enrobing. That little scoundrel. That helps me de-stress. Hanging out with my kid. Doesn't like hanging out with their kid. While traveling across the mountains of the lordship of Drahisesk, I find a makeshift-looking stall by the side of the track. As I stop to take a look, a peasant by the name of Hilda jumps into action, trying to convince me to buy one of the small heart tree carvings she has on sale. I shall talk to her and see what I can learn about salesmanship. Ho-ho. Building construction time minus 30%, and we are now in striking range of centralization. That should mean... Nope. Gorm's dead. We're going to build this brewery. It's Gorm's Brewery in King's House. Serenade. Taking the spot. Now, Gorm had a wife. She probably still needs to get remarried. She's got the pox, so she's probably just gonna straight up fucking die. Halleck Boar Hunter? Isn't this the guy who was raiding us? Why is he one of my courtiers? Well, go ahead and just frickin' get... Oh no, I lost my castellan as well. Yeah, okay. No. It's been several years since I last checked in, but my Stark Lord would like to host me as an honored guest. Very well. Now, my daughter is marrying his current heirs, which I believe is his aunt, perhaps? Aunt's daughter's son. Now, they're wandering around last time I checked. No, they're just wandering around the Iron Islands in general. Yeah, I mean, potentially the Stark legacy could fall to our family. Extremely unlikely. unless we start getting murderous, or if they start dying to mainline Stark start dying to plague. But it could happen if these two can't make it work out or whatever. At the very least, we can get Stark Royce blood in our bloodline. Something about fire and ice. A wildling raiding party that my men and I have been tracking has taken up refuge in an abandoned watchtower. The tower itself is barely standing, and the walls held together more so by age of vines climbing the stone than the original mortar. Still, the wildlings managed to fortify the entrance and place a few archers in the upper levels. I was confident we could take them, but not without spilling some of our own blood. We could go for the north and attack, or we can offer the wildlings a place in our service, and this is a personality trait thing, so yeah, let's do it. Against the wishes of my men, I approach the watchtower unarmed. Close enough for the men to hear me, I shout, offering them a choice. I have room at my court and could provide them shelter and food. In exchange, they could serve me and no longer raid these lands. As I await their response, the tower erupts in shouts and screams. The awful sounds finally die down, and two wildlings tear down the barricade to approach me. Both are covered in blood, telling me that they killed the others who did not wish to take my offer. Both wildlings have bent the knee to me. Good, good. The circle is now complete. Unfortunately, I don't think anybody is going to want to marry these two. We're going to have to tame and civilize them internally. My seer is scheming against my castellan. She's 62. Throw her in jail. Banish her. Wildling trash. I offered you a chance to reform, to follow the true old ways, and yet here you stand. Interesting, now we have a wildling leading our armies. Crazed, I would think. This is a tough winter. We're really having trouble getting positive cash flow. Absolutely having an issue with positive development as well. Rubbing elbows with the small folk. I got a new baby. The name is Ilda Bloodwood. Speaking of, how are your younger siblings doing? Jack will be trained in the martial arts. We will make you a martial, good child. Are you happy now, audience commentators? Is this the series that will satisfy you? About Targaryens bringing back dragons, magic, blood, incest, lots of sex, lots of babies, conquering stuff, and also finally doing education for the kids right. Are you satisfied? Let me know in the comments section below. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here? With that unjustified crash out, does seem like a good place to take the break.